Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie.
Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The immaculate conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the son of God. To you was kind of odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai.
Hebrew Israelites, Kwam Yashala.
It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High.
Shalom, brothers and sisters.
Shalom.
How's everybody doing?
Twab.
Twab, twab. Sorry for the delay. We were having technical difficulties. Thank you for joining us, though. We are here live at 8524 South Braeswood, Houston, Texas, 77071. All right. You can catch us. Our class days are Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Monday and Wednesdays from 7 to 10 p.m. and Fridays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Excuse me. Sabbath morning classes are held Saturdays at 10 a.m. to about 2 p.m. All right. Feel free, if you're in the Houston metropolitan area, drop on by. The more, the merrier. All right. So what we got for announcements this week? We also have ISBHBK in San Antonio. So if you're in the metropolitan area of San Antonio, please feel free, come on by. The address out there is 4219 Centergate Street, San Antonio, Texas, 78217. All right, that school's been out there for about 20 years. So a lot of brothers and sisters always welcome out there. All right, we also are in Albuquerque, New Mexico. If you're out there, please feel free, drop on by. The address out there is 501 Copper Avenue, Northwest, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87102. All right, and as far as being out in Austin, that's to be announced. If you have any questions, if you're in Austin and you would like class, just hit us up on the feed, and we'll get you the info on how to get that happening. All right, we kids classes every Sunday, and it's from 12 to 1, and it's pre-recorded. All right, you can watch all the previous pre-recorded classes on ISBHBK Kids on YouTube. All right, you can watch our live classes on YouTube, ISBHBK, and we will be starting a new season of the cable show, of ISBHBK cable show, and that's to be announced. All right. But right now, as of now, every morning, you can get on, and we have a Blog Talk radio show, and it's at blogtalk.com/Mashaba, MASHAHBA, and that's Monday through Fridays at 9:30 a.m. You definitely want to get in on that Blog Talk in the morning on your way to work, because that's what's going to make you stable and strengthen you throughout your day. That's going to be that morning morsel that you need to make it before breakfast, before you clock in, before you deal with the wicked wiles of what the world has to offer you. That's going to make you strong in your spirit. All right, so yeah, go ahead and log on to that every Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. All right, we also have Israelware, and Israelware is back up, and we're taking orders. All right, you could hit up Facebook under Israelware, and if you want your garments, you want a nice garment, fringed out pants, fringed out shirts, headbands, armbands, things of that nature, you can go, like I said, on Facebook, Israelware. All right, If you have any questions pertaining to class during the time, you can text Priest Kazakia at 281-707-2737. All right? And it's a text-only number during class. After class, feel free, call. All right? 281-707-2737. Or you can text Priest Kwatazap at 303-557-8979. 303-557-8979. And again, during class hours, text only. And after class, feel free, call me. All right? If you want to email your questions, you can do so at our email at isbhpk at isbhpk.org. All right? You can do that. If you have any donations that you would like to give, whether it be books, pens, papers, pens, pencils, leasing offices for a school location, cars, computers, Bible dictionaries, they're all going to be put to good use because brothers and sisters need that when they come in. So feel free, drop that off or ship it to us, 8524 South Braeswood, Houston, Texas, 77071. As far as any monetary donations, you can do so. We down at the bottom of the screen, we got our Wells Fargo account number that we put in, or the Google Wallet as well. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let everybody log in because we know it's Friday. Everybody's getting home from work, getting stuck in that traffic. So we're gonna give everybody a chance to log in. All right. And we're gonna open it up with questions. Con? Any questions in here so far? La? How you feeling, bro?
Tawab, brother.
Tawab. Blessed is this day, right?
Yes, sir.
That the Most High has made. Con. So I'm gonna, myself, I got a couple of notifications to send out to, so we can get this logged out and get everybody logged in.
Okay, yeah, let me get my text out too real quick before we start with this class here. All right, let's see here. Oh, listen, we like to thank all the brothers and sisters that have been giving. You know who you are, man. We really appreciate y'all for helping out the school, giving, whether it's alms, whether it's offering, whether it's books, whether it's, you know, you got brothers that gave Bible dictionaries. We really appreciate y'all. So, let's see here. If nobody has any questions, we're going to go directly into class. But you know how they've been doing. Lately, we've been getting a lot of questions. So we just like to keep the beginning of the class open up for that. And then, if not, we go directly into it. So, yeah, it's raining like crazy out here, man. And people don't know how to drive in Houston when it's this crazy. So we know it's slow over here. Let's see if it's slow on mine. Okay, yeah, I got my text out. Okay, one more. All right. So nobody got any questions in here? Do we got anything online yet?
Yes, sir.
What we got?
Ezekiel chapter 37, verses through 25. They asked if someone could break that down.
Sounds familiar. Ezekiel 37.
verses 24 through 25.
Ezekiel 37, 24 to 25.
Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 24.
Yeah, start at verse 15.
Verse 15.
Yep.
The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick, and write upon it, for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions. Then take another stick, and write upon it, for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions. And join them one to another into one stick.
Okay, so this is a order that was given to the prophets to do what? Read verse 16 again.
Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick, and write upon it.
Right. Go ahead.
For Judah.
Right.
And for the children of Israel, his companions.
Right. Go ahead.
Then take another stick, and write upon it, for Joseph.
Right.
The stick of Ephraim.
Right.
And for all the house of Israel, his companions.
Right. Because what's going to happen is the Most High was going to combine Joseph was going to, or Ephraim was going to take the place of Joseph. Ephraim and Manasseh. They were going to take their father's place. So when you go to Revelation 7, you know how you don't see Joseph in there. You don't see, Joseph added in his name. Why? Because Ephraim and Manasseh took the place of Joseph. So this is when it happened. That's why when we go to Revelations, you don't read. You don't see it. You don't see his name. Joseph was one of the sons of Israel, right?
Gone.
So now we're understanding where this took place. Go ahead.
Verse 17.
Yeah.
And join them one to another into one stick.
Right. You see that? So they were going to be joined to one stick. Now, if you think of a stick, how many? If you add a lot of sticks together, what does it make?
A bundle.
Yeah, it makes a bundle. What else does it make? Remember, he's writing Judah on there. He's writing Israel on there. What does it also make? If you add wood together, what does it make?
House.
You can make a house. Very, very good. But being that we're dealing with a biblical context, it would make a sign. Okay? It would make a sign. So you're adding all these sticks together. And that it will make a sign. Okay, so just think about it. You're writing on there Judah. You're writing on there Israel. You're writing on there Ephraim. You're writing on there, instead of Joseph, you're writing on Ephraim. Because why? It was going to be together. So you're combining them together in one sign. Go ahead.
And they shall become one in thy hand.
Right.
And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee,
right,
saying, Wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these?
Right. So why are you doing this? Why are you showing us these sticks, and then you're joining them together, right? Why are they joined together? What do you mean by that? Go ahead.
Say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim.
Right. Do you see that? So I'll take the stick of Joseph, because now Ephraim and Manasseh, does it go into Manasseh here? I don't think it goes into Manasseh here, but there's another precept that you can add to this. But Ephraim was going to, take on the ancestry or the heritage. So instead of it being Joseph, it was going to go to Ephraim. Go ahead.
And the tribes of Israel, his fellows.
Right.
And will put them with him.
Right. You see that? I'm going to put Ephraim with Joseph. With Israel. Excuse me. Y'all get this?
Gone.
That's why I said read up, because it's going to lead into whatever they're asking in 24 and 25. Go ahead.
Even the stick of Judah,
Uh-huh.
and make them one stick.
See, because we were one nation. We were one people. Okay, go ahead.
And they shall be one in my hand.
Go ahead.
And the sticks whereon thou writest
Uh-huh.
shall be in thy hand before their eyes.
Right.
And say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen,
Uh-huh.
whither they be gone,
Right.
and will gather them on every side.
Right. So now it's also showing that the Most High is going to gather us now. He's going to gather all the tribes together. He's going to gather Judah, because Judah was dispersed. He's going to gather Israel, the 9.5 tribes, because they were dispersed. Right? He was going to gather us from among the heathen. Go ahead.
And will bring them into their own land.
Uh-huh.
And I will make them...
And what verse did they specifically?
24:25.
24. Go ahead, read on.
And I will make them one nation
Right.
in the land upon the mountains of Israel.
Right.
And one king shall be king to them all.
Right. Which is, we know Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is going to be the king. Go ahead.
And they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all.
Right, because we know, when did they divide into two kingdoms? This is it 933 BC? Right. They were divided into two kingdoms, right? The northern and the southern kingdom. Why? Who knows why? You got this. You're doing good so far. See, this is basic Israelite lingo knowledge that y'all supposed to be able to right off your tongue.
Was it Antiochus?
Nah.
No.
Because David messed up. Solomon took over. Solomon messed up. Right? Most High said because what he did to, sinning, taking Uriah the Hittite, David took Uriah the Hittite's wife. He said, I'm not gonna punish you. I'm gonna punish you through your seed. So Solomon came about, right? And he took over, but there was peace. I think he said Solomon's seed. Excuse me. And the Most High, after that, the kingdom was split into two, Jeroboam and Rehoboam. Solomon sinned, he messed up. Right? Jeroboam and Rehoboam. So that happened in 933 BC. Israel was divided into two kingdoms. Northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Okay? Go ahead.
Neither shall they defile themselves anymore with their idols.
Go ahead.
Nor with their detestable things.
Right.
Nor with any of their transgressions.
Go ahead.
But I will save them out of all their dwelling places.
Go ahead.
Wherein they have sinned.
Breathe.
And will cleanse them.
Uh-huh.
So shall they be my people, and I will be their God.
Right. Go ahead. So this goes with same thing with Jeremiah 31. How that the Most High is he's gonna create in us a new heart. He's gonna put His word in us. Right. This is the same prophecy. If you look at the things the prophecies that are concurrent, that was prophesied from prophet to prophet, even in captivity to captivity, things that never came to pass still has to come to pass. So if you were like, oh yeah, that came to pass. Nah, it didn't. These things never happened yet. See? But it was prophesied it would happen. Go ahead.
And David, my servant, shall be king over them.
We know David was dead. David is dead. So that didn't happen. Go ahead.
And they all shall be one shepherd, shall have one shepherd.
Right. The one shepherd, which is who? The one shepherd, which is Yahweh Shai. Right? It tells you in Revelations, it says that he was going to be in the midst. He was going to be in the midst of Israel. Okay. What verse are we at?
24.
24. Go ahead.
They shall also walk in my judgment, and observe my statutes,
right,
and do them.
Right?
And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant.
Which was the Holy Land. Right? So the Most High is going to give us our land back, and we're going to dwell in that land. So I know I went up a little bit, because really from the 15th verse, brothers and sisters got to understand that part. And then going down is just into their question. All it's saying in the 24th verse and the 25th verse is that the Most High is going to raise David back up. Okay? We know it was going to come through his seed. Okay? Which was Yahushai. And he was going to reign. Go ahead.
Wherein your fathers have dwelt.
Right.
And
right. So, verse 25. Read it again.
And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant.
Right.
Wherein your fathers have dwelt.
Right.
And they shall dwell therein. Even they and their children.
Right.
And their children's children forever.
Right.
And my servant David shall be their prince forever.
Right. So you see that. You see how it says David will be the prince? Why? Because David ain't going to be, he ain't going to be over Yahushai. When the Most High raises him up, he's going to be under Yahushai. Yahushai is going to be the king over all the nation of Israel. Then in its order, we were talking about that the other day. You know, the Most High said there was going to be a lot that were going to be raised back up and brought back in those days. So just putting all those things in order, Yahushai, you know, then the order of the 12 tribes, judging the 12 tribes of Israel, you know, whatever order he's going to put David at, you know, it's still going to be these prophets raised back up. So, I mean, yeah, that's basically it. I hope that helped. If there's something I missed, just hit me right back. See what else we got on there.
Comment.
What is
Does every brother that comes into the truth, are they supposed to eventually be out on the streets teaching?
No, not every brother. But you know, you got to understand this, and I'll answer this way. That's not going to work. I was telling him, is that going to work? Ask him, is that going to work? Go to Philippians. That's a good question. Is everybody going to be out on the street speaking? Go to Philippians. And they can't get the right size? Is that what you asked? Yeah. Okay, then they're going to have to do it. That's Philippians 2, right? Let's see here. Go to Philippians real quick. Very, very good question. A lot of scriptures come into mind when you ask that question. Oh, that's no. It's Philippians. I'm sorry, it's 1 Peter's 2. 1 Peter's 2 and 9. And I want to go to this one first to kind of set in your mind really what we're called for now. You know, as this nation coming back together. Right? We got to put this in your thoughts first. before we go to all the other scriptures. Read that. 1 Peter 2 verse 9.
1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9.
Uh-huh.
But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood.
That we are what?
A royal priesthood.
That, read it from the top. Read it again.
But ye are a chosen generation.
We are a chosen generation. Okay? We know that our nation has been chosen to do a duty, a service. Go ahead.
A royal priesthood.
A what?
Royal priesthood.
Right. So right now, in this time, you got to think about it. There's nobody out there. Nobody out there teaching the truth. But all these Hebrew Israelites that sacrifice, that give up, that put aside their life, their time, and go do those things like street speaking, flyers, all the great brothers that does the shows, all the brothers you see on YouTube. There's not, it's a lot, but it's not. So Christ said the harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are few. So I want you to think about that, because no, not everybody is going to be out there street speaking. Like, we got older brothers out here that come to class, you know, and you know, their body isn't functionable to that level. You know, they probably can just go out and pull up a chair. You know, we tell them, come out, support. You know, we understand that. Let's get the young men out there that can pounce around, that got good knees, you know what I mean, got good joints, and can stand out there for 5-6 hours or whatever and teach, right? So, no, not everybody is going to do that, but there's going to be a form, somehow a form of teaching. There's going to be a form of teaching. You know, once again, these older brothers that come to class, they might not be able to do all that. You know, they can't, you know, we got the brothers, I don't have to say their name, but we got, you know, two brothers that their body is just not functioning on their level, but they're spirited. You know, you got the brother Ronnie, he goes out there, man, and he's an older brother, and he talks to people, he got more fire than a dang 18, 20-year-old in the camp. Well, he comes with heat, you know, but functionally, like, his body ain't, he can't stand out there for like 3 to 4 hours straight. He's got to take a seat here and there. Why? Because he's an older brother. He put in his time, and you know, but the flesh weighs down, man. You get in those 50s and 60s, you know, especially back in those days. Now our kids are being taught different, how to eat good and how to take care of their bodies, stay away from pork, stay away from all the defiled things, and you know, maybe our children will be a little more healthier, but you know, back in those days, our people weren't told that. So, you know, then we got another brother in the camp, you know, Brother Samuel, he comes out, you know, but is he standing up there for 3 to 4 hours? No. But will he pull a chair up? Will he get up, pass out flyers? Yeah, he'll do that. But these are older brothers. So no, we don't expect him, and nobody should expect him, especially if they can't function to that level, to everybody's going to be at the street speaking. No, that's not the case. But if we're a royal priesthood, right, then our job is to be priests, to do the service of the ministry. So when we talk about this service of the ministry, you know, the scriptures say the body is different members. So what portion or what part are you going to take? And is that saying that you're not going to be a teacher? Because they might not be able to go run out there and do flyers, but they probably can sit here for 3 hours and teach. You see that? So I don't want to go at this without giving you the wide circumspect look at the scriptures. Because if we're a nation of kings and priests, then that everybody's going to teach. Everybody's going to be sharing the word some way. And like I said before to them, is that the youth need to see elders like that. They need to see older men like that sitting up here teaching them and showing them and being dedicated to the nation. So, yeah, we push them too. We push them to be this royal priesthood. You know, but we're conscious. We're not these young cast, man, that just, we popped up a camp. You know what I mean? And everybody, we gonna get the old brothers out there and they're gonna be dragging their bodies on the floor, or make it feel like as though they can't. Make it feel like if they don't do that, they're not part of the truth. We're not gonna go about, you know, to do it that way. We're conscious of that. But what is your job as a Hebrew Israelite? Read it again.
But ye are a chosen generation.
You're what?
Chosen generation.
Yeah.
A royal priesthood.
Right.
And holy nation.
Yeah, we are supposed to be putting and building back our nation. So, man, this is all hands on deck. This is all hands on deck. We need brothers and sisters to continually push, fight, teach, grow, build, all these things. You're a priesthood. So whatever brother or sister comes in, the sisters are going to be teaching. Not on this level, but they should be car, and when they see a brother hit a flyer, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, they stop at a gas station, they see the spirit might be like, get that person a flyer. Boom, you throw them a flyer. There's nothing wrong with that. Are all the sisters going to be out? The sisters go out with us on street speaking? No. Is all the brothers going to make it out? No, not all the time. No. Go ahead.
A peculiar people.
Right.
That ye show forth the praise of him who has called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Right. We're showing forth the praise. So we got to understand that. How are we going to show forth the praise to the Most High? Well, by being this royal priesthood. Go from there. Go to Romans 12 verse 4. Go to Romans 12 verse 4.
Romans chapter 12 verse 4.
And I don't know if you're new, but if you've been listening to us, we are always talking about what slot can you fill in the body. You know, what could you do to fulfill a slot? There's something you have to do. You got to put in your bricks somehow. Why? Because what else is there? If you're not doing nothing, then you're a hearer of the word and not a doer. Right? Even the woman that came and gave the last penny, she gave a penny. She gave a penny. It didn't matter what she was doing, but she was like, I'm going to do something. And that's what this work's about. You got to do something. So read that. Romans 12, verse 4.
Romans chapter 12, verse 4.
Go ahead.
For as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office, so we, being many, are one body in Christ. Right.
So we're one body. That's what we got to understand, that we are the body. Everybody is not the arms, the legs, the head, the eyes. It's not going to work like that. And we get that. But there was one common thing that we were going to be in the body, which is being able to share the word, being able to teach, show our people. Why? Because you have to come back. As you're getting this knowledge, you're learning it. As you freely receive, you're going to freely give on some level. So, no, not everybody's going to be street speaking, but everybody's going to be doing something, some part in the knowledge of the Most High. Read it one more time.
So we, being many, are one body.
See, we being many are one body. We're one nation, a royal priesthood coming back. And if y'all been catching Sabbath morning class, every time you go into that Old Testament, the rebuilding of the temple, the rededication of the temple, the priesthood, you find out that everybody was doing something. I don't care if you were the the curtain guy. You was sewing the curtains. If you was the guy that cleaned the pot, all the utensils in the sanctuary, you did that. You know, if you was cleaning off the blood, you was the cleaning blood guy. You know, when they would sprinkle the blood through the sanctuary, you was the guy to go around and what? Clean everything up. But you did it. And whatsoever you did it with your whole heart, with your whole might. You weren't like, well, man, I want to be the curtain guy. No, you put your spirit into that, and no, that's what I'm required to do. I'm going to do that with my spirit. So, yeah, not everybody will be street speaking, but you will teach. You will be an asset in the body. This is what it's saying. Go ahead.
In Christ.
Right.
And everyone members of another.
Right. So, and everyone members of another. So, 12 and 4. Did you read that correct?
So we, being many, are one body in Christ.
Right.
And every one of another.
Right.
Verse 6. Having then gifts differing.
Right. Having gift what?
Differing.
So you see that everybody is going to be a part of the body, but you might be better at something than this next brother. You're going to come in and you're going to learn, and you're going to be a counselor. You know, you might not be the street speaking guy, but you might be the older man that can sit down, get this knowledge, and then use that to counsel households, young brothers, young sisters, families. You know, you're going to be that person. You might come in and be the Hebrew guy. You might come in and your theme is history. You know, yeah, you're going to learn how to teach. You're going to go through the precepts. You're going to learn how to break down the color of Christ. But your theme just might be the history, like just great at comprehending and combining all the elements of history into a class and being able to teach our people. So that's going to be needed. It might be your gift, right? So you got sisters that come in. They're going to be part of the body. Some are going to be the sowers. You got some sisters here that are good with children. You know, Yasariah in San Antonio, Yasariah is, right? She's good with kids, right? She's the one that did the Passover dancing, right? She's really good with kids. She's not impatient. She's able to communicate with them, talk to them without being frustrated and irritated. You know, and yes, all those attributes still have to be in every sister, but you're going to see that that's her gift. She's just the best at it, right? So we're going to have all different gifts in the body. Go ahead.
According to the grace that is given to us.
Right. See, according to the grace, because that's what's motivating you. I got the grace of the Most High in Christ. What am I doing for the body? Where am I being an asset? Where am I being a help? Go ahead.
Whether prophecy.
Uh-huh.
Let us prophesy according to the portion of faith.
Yeah, so you got some brothers that'll be able to go in and just go through all the prophecies. Go ahead.
Or ministry. Right,
there you go. You got some brothers, some sisters, they're going to be good at just making the signs. They're going to be good at setting up the sanctuary. And a lot of new brothers that come in, they go through all these steps. Like they come in, they start with sweeping the floor. They start with, you know, like young priests would do. They would clean up. They would set up the candles, set up the frankincense and myrrh, make sure everything is set up. You know, that's their thing. They'll come in, they'll hold the signs up. You see them on the street, they'll hold the signs up. They're not even reading yet. They're learning the basics, the ministry, giving, doing, right? There is something that they're going to do. See, but the problem, and I know this is not your question, but the problem is this, that a lot of people, when they're set in a certain arena, they get in that, I don't like this mode, I want to do something else. The scriptures say, whatsoever you do, do it wholeheartedly unto the Lord. So if you're the sign guy, then just be the powerful sign guy. Don't sleep on the signs. If your job is to hold the sign up, then don't, your arms getting weak, you like looking around, hold the signs up. You know what I mean? When I was young and I was a pizza guy, right? It was like, okay, give me a double slice, give me 2 cheese, give me, do it right? And it was like, give me this drink. I had to be the guy that got the pizza for the priest, right? There was nothing wrong with it. Priests need to eat too, right? They're like, you're the bag. You're the bag boy. I would get the bags and I would make sure the camera equipment. And that was how I was giving to the ministry and being cultivated in the truth until I was ready to be the reading. Okay, now your reading has got better. Now you can read. Or, excuse me, signs. Now you can be the sign guy because you know whether you're paying attention to the teacher and you're getting the signs according to what he's teaching. Same thing with the reading. Now you're becoming a reader. You already know where the brother's going. I already know where you're going. I got a scripture to add. Pop, pop, pop. Then that led you to being a better listener, a better follower, and then you would be a better teacher. So it's all these things, man, that the Most High has in the body that is needed. Go ahead.
Let us wait on our ministry.
Right, let us wait on our ministry. So in whatever we do, if sisters come in and they're, you know, they do the feast, and they minister, they give you the food, the plates, everything's with your heart. You know, everything's with your heart. It's like we teach the kids at the house. If your job is to clean up right now and to do your chores, because you ain't paying bills. You know what I mean? Every time you need to eat, guess what? You ain't even going to the store buying it. That's mom and dad, right? So what are you doing? How are you going to be part of the body? And how are you going to do it with love? So they got to do what? You got the kitchen. You got the counters. You got the floor. Let's get it done right. So we got to constantly show them that when you do this in your household, then when you get older, you're going to do it amongst the body. But you got to do it with love. You see that? So all these things, man, are essential to any community, any nation, any gathering that is moving forward to build in the spirit. You need that. Go ahead.
Or he that teacheth.
Yeah, there you go. Or he that teacheth. Go ahead.
On teaching.
Yeah, and when you think about it, prophesying and teaching, what's the difference? It's just a different what you're teaching about. So you're still teaching. You see that? So you're going to have teachers. He might be a counselor, but he's teaching. He's going through the precepts teaching. Go ahead.
Or he that exhorteth. On exhortation.
Exhortation. What does it mean to be exhorted?
Encouraged.
Right. Look that up. Go ahead, read.
He that giveth. Let him do it with simplicity.
Yeah, you got some brothers and sisters that, you know, them starting out, they might just be the alms person. They might just be the, well, damn, I can't do nothing right now, so let me just send them some books. Let me do the flyers for them. Let me do this or that or this. It's something you're going to have to do to please the Most High. It's something to show forth in yourself that you care or you give a care about what you're part of. Go ahead.
He that ruleth with diligency.
Right. Then you get the position, you get the rank. Then it's about, okay, well, we need the brothers to go over here to do these flyers. Well, then you're the man to take them out. Go make sure you're showing them an example. So, you know, and of course that can be applied ruling. It can be applied in many different attributes of the body. Okay, you're over the sewing department, sister, so make sure this gets done. Or you're over the cleaning department, sister, you make sure this gets done. You know, you're ruling in that area, well then make sure it's done correctly. Make sure everybody that you're organizing to get it done, they're following that right directions and getting it done. You see how all these things have part in the body? Y'all see that?
Come.
Go ahead.
He that showeth mercy.
Right.
With cheerfulness.
Yeah, you got that person that might be the one. You know what? You go talk to them. Why? Because they need somebody that is going to win their heart. Somebody that's going to calm their spirit. Because we send this brother right here, he might come with a little too much fire. They don't need fire right now. Go deal with this person and, you know, show them a little mercy. But then you might have that fire guy. Go deal with them. Why? Because Israel's hard-headed as hell. Go put a little fire under them. You're good at the fire. Not saying they're just going to consume them, but they're going to step it up a notch. Go ahead.
Exhortation.
What you got? Exhortation.
Exhortation. The act of practicing or exhorting. The act of inciting a laudable deeds.
So inciting, go ahead.
Incitement to that which is good or commendable.
Right? Exciting. So you're encouraging. You're inciting to somebody like, you're getting them to get riled up, man. Get that fire to burn in them. Go ahead.
Right. It says, in address or communication, empathetically urging someone to do something.
Right. Y'all see that? That's in the Bible.
Persuasion.
Persuasion usually comes out. How does persuasion come? What way could you persuade somebody? In what demeanor, in what mode, in what spirit could this person or that person be persuaded? Talking to them. Well, say it again, sis?
Talking to them?
You talk to them, right? You persuade somebody by talking to them. Now, I might, to persuade you, I might say 2 or 3 things, right? Con? But to this other brother, I might have to do what? Talk to you for an hour to exhort you. Why? Because you don't get it. You don't understand. So you got that. It's not wrong to exhort.
Right.
It's not wrong to, like even this point I'm talking on. You see, I'm bringing up different points, dealing with different attributes of the part of the body, right? Right. So sometimes people don't just get it by going by one scripture and one example. You understand that, right?
God.
You understand that, Abayar? I mean, Shatak?
God.
Yeah, people don't just get it by you telling them one thing and then next you know, they supposed to get it right away. You gotta exhort, talk, edify.
And see, because all of what you're saying, it's in that word. It says
right.
The antonyms, right? It says warning.
Right.
Right? So you're entreating,
right.
You're calling, you're charging, you're injecting,
right.
Injecting, you're admonishing,
right.
And you're warning.
That's why I had you look it up, because a lot of people think, well, okay, we get it, shut up. Yeah, you get it, but this other person don't get it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, you might have to be taught. Listen, I was counseled for hours. We were counseled for hours, man. y'all cry about, be like, bro, okay, dang, it says to that you're supposed to be ready to hear wisdom.
God, ready to hear every godly discourse.
Right. So my elders, bro, listen. I get on the phone with Yeshaya right now. It's a 2-hour talk. You ain't getting it. I don't get on the phone with Yeshaya, and guess what I'm not doing? I'm not talking over him. I'm not like, Yeshaya, hurry up, man. Damn. Or I'm not like, you know what? I already know this. You'll never hear me. I was raised in a different era, but you'll never hear me. You talked about this the other day, That shows you how tacky Israel is and how young you are, because you ain't ready to listen and hear and just eat it up. And sometimes we get on the phone. I get on the phone with him. He repeats to me what he said in the last conversation. But I'm listening. I'm eating it up. I'm not on the phone like, damn, he talks too much. I already knew it was going to be a 2-hour conversation. You understand that?
God.
So exhorting. All right, go ahead and read on.
Verse 9.
Right?
Let love be without dissimulation.
Okay, so we got that part about the body. About showing that, there's going to be different parts of the body, different offices. Answering the question, no, you might not be all the time out at the street speaking. When we're out at street speaking, we got brothers running the business, right? So, no, you're not doing it all the time, doing the same thing. You're doing different things in the body. Right now in the body, we're multitasking. You got one brother that can do 10 different things: counseling, teaching, classes, classes on the cable show. You got brothers working EO. You got many different things that we're doing in the part of the body. Sisters too. You know, yeah, all of you are sewing, right? But then you can take care of the kids. Y'all take them to the park. Y'all watch them. Y'all take care of them. Y'all come up with events. So we're all multitasking. Why? Because Christ said it best. The harvest is plenteous, and the lazy ass niggas out there don't want to do the work of the Most High. They ain't about the work. They ain't about getting busy. So jump from there. Go to 1 Corinthians 12, verse 14. 1 Corinthians 12, verse 14.
1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 14.
Go ahead.
For the body is not one member, but many.
But the body's what?
Not one member.
Right.
But many.
The body's not one member, but many. So, yeah, you're not going to do the same thing over, you know, you're going to transcend, you're going to move to different positions. Yeah, you know, but does that mean you're not going to be a teacher? Yeah, you still will be a teacher. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 15. If the foot shall say, because I am not a head,
yeah,
I am not part of the body.
Right, and that's what we definitely want to avoid. To whether it's it's your office and you're saying that, or the person that's giving you office is saying that, giving you the office is saying that. We don't want to say that any part of the body is not important. Everything we do, every part you put in is important. Everything y'all are doing is very important. Sisters right here, if we don't got the sister running the show, then what's going to happen? It's going to be another sister. But what about if all the sisters say, you know what, I don't want to do that? Then who would do it? It would be a brother. But then if a brother came back and said, well, I'm doing too many things. You see how every part of the body? Well, how about this? How about a brother say, you know what? Well, I don't want to be a teacher. Okay, then well, what you want to do? Well, I want to do what I want to do. Well, you got to learn how to do and put where it's needed. Because that's where the benefit is in the body. See, what is needed. Why did Christ say what he said? The harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. Why did he say that? Because every time he called people, every time he was calling for the work to get done, they wouldn't do the work. They would just want to hear, right? They wouldn't want to put what is needed. You see that? So, if I said, I don't want to teach, then Ariel said, well, I don't want to learn how to teach. Then Quatazap said, well, I want to get a job too. I want to teach. I don't want to teach. How about we all just said we don't want to do it? Then who would do it? Yeah, another Israelite man will do it. The Most High is going to raise somebody up. He said he'll raise up stones. He'll raise up rocks. So I'm not saying that because you get in that mode that I don't want to do it. You're going to stop the work. Nah, you're not going to stop the work. What I'm saying is though that if the whole nation or if every brother was like, well, I don't want to be a teacher because they were all selfish, then who would teach? Who would do the work? So you got to see that the Most High sparks brothers and sisters to spread this word, to teach, to build, to sow, to edit. You know what I mean? All these things to say, damn, I want to do something in the body. So every part is important. Go ahead.
Is it therefore not of the body?
Uh-huh.
And if the ear shall say, because I am not the eye, I am not of the body.
Right.
Is it therefore not of the body?
And is that the case? Could you act like you're not part of the body when you want to? No, you're an asset. You're part of the body. You're going to hurt the body You know, just like Quasizawa was going over the other day in class, you're going to hurt the body and stunt the growth. You're going to stunt the growth. When you come in here and you act like you're a part and you get to a certain level and you draw back, you stunt the growth. You know, one sinner destroyeth much good, meaning that we could be moving in the momentum, but now you drew back, you stunt the growth. Yeah, the Most High will replace you, yes, but you still stop the momentum. So now we gotta, okay, this person was doing this person was adding here, but now they drew back. They don't want to do it no more. You stop the growth. So every part of the body, everything you do, everything we put our spirit in is important to keep moving forward and to keep being an asset in some way. Now, reiterating, yes, you will be a teacher. You're going to on some level. Go ahead.
If the whole body were an eye, where the hearing?
Go ahead.
If the whole were hearing, where were the smell?
Right. So back to my little example earlier. You got these older brothers. They might not always be able to go out and street speak. But what are they doing? You see that? Everybody has to ask themselves that. You got to ask yourself, okay, I'm not doing that. What am I doing? Then you got to ask yourself, if you really want to get deep, if you really want to talk about this, am I trying to only do things that I'm comfortable with? And otherwise, if I'm not comfortable with it, I'm not going to do it. Then where is the sacrifice? Sacrifice is giving up what you don't want to give. It's a sacrifice, right? So that is not going to work that way either. Because if we all did that, well, the limited Israelites, well, I don't want to do that. You said you don't want to do this. This person said they don't want to do that. This person said they don't want to do that. Then what are we getting done? Nothing. Why? Because everybody's talking about what they don't want to do. So you can't come to the Most High in that mind. You got to be ready to give, and whatever asset, whatever part of the body you're put in, do it with your whole heart. Do it with your whole mind. Go ahead.
But now hath the Most High set the members, every one of them, in the body,
right,
as it hath pleased him.
Right.
And if they were all one member,
right,
where were the body? But now.
Right. So hopefully you get that, is that no, everybody's not going to be doing the one same thing, but everybody will be doing something and helping and building in some way. You know, now I want to show you this on the street speaking aspect, because it ain't necessarily street speaking only that you want to look at. But go to, real quick, go to, oh man, I think it's Galatians. Okay, go to James 5:20.
James chapter 5, verse 20.
Yeah, James 5:20.
Let him know that he which converteth the sinner.
Right, he that converteth a sinner, go ahead,
from the error of his way,
go ahead,
shall save a soul from death.
Right, that's what we're out here for. That's why we're out here. Why do we teach? Because you saving a soul from death. So, no, you might not be the street speaker, but you might be the guy that bumps into somebody. You know, you get the knowledge, you learn the knowledge, and you might be able to hit a one-on-one and teach them. Right? To add to the body. Go ahead.
And shall hide a multitude of sins.
Yeah, and you cover your sins. So, you got to see in some aspect, you're going to be a teacher. You're going to teach your people. So hopefully that helps you on that. What else we got on here? We got another question where?
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 8 through 12.
Let's go there real quick. Hopefully that answers the question on that. Genesis what?
Chapter 49, verse 8 through 12.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 8.
Right.
Judah, thou art he who thy brother shall praise.
Because Judah was going to be set up. Judah was going to be the head tribe. Okay, Joseph being the firstborn, the Most High said he messed up. Joseph sinned and laid with his, Reuben sinned, and he was, the birthright was taken from him because he messed up and laid with his father's, one of his father's wives. So, the Most High said Judah was going to be set up. It was going to be the head tribe. Go ahead.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies.
Right. Remember, this prophecy, if you read, jump to verse 1.
Verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
Right. So this prophecy is of the last times. So in the last days, you see it, Judah is going to be raised up. They're the head tribe. Everybody's going to follow Judah. Just like it was done, you know, in wickedness and foolishness and madness, they're going to follow Judah, and Judah's going to come. It's happening now. You see all these Israelites teaching the so-called Negro, but all the other tribes are falling in under that. But Judah has to be raised first. Go ahead.
Back to 8.
Yeah, back to 8.
Thy father's children shall bow down before
Right,
thee.
verse 8. Read it again.
God, Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
So Judah's going to be lifted up above all the other tribes. Go ahead.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies.
Right. Why? Because when you look at Judah now, Judah is in the neck of the enemies. Right? There's a lot of black politicians that's right up there in the system. I mean, look at Omarosa. Y'all remember Omarosa? This chick came from where? She came from the apprentice to move all the way up to being being a part of Trump's little regime up there, right? Just a black woman moved up to that level. You have all these other politicians. You have senators, judges. They're right in the stead up there with the so-called white man. The problem is that they're not taking the opportunity to overcome and to overthrow. Right? The Spirit hit me the other day about a class on that. Every time you look at our people up in their high regime in these other nations, what did they do? They always found a way to rebuild the temple. They always found a way to reestablish the laws in our communities. They always found a way.
Father's children shall bow down before thee.
There you go. So all the other tribes was going to now, right? It's like a baby lion. And when you look at the so-called Negroes, now, here in these last times, they're exactly like this. They want to pounce, but they don't. Yeah, you ever watch the Netflix, the Discovery Channel, and you see the little young lion? They're trying to emulate some power, some force, and but they just not. It's like you want to march, you want to get out there and be angry. We're mad at this. You got T.I. trying to stand up for in this political aspect. And you got black folks up in Hollywood and the music trying to speak out but not speak out. It's like, won't you just say it? Right. Just say it. But they don't want to. Yeah, they're like that young lion, the lion's whelp. Go ahead.
From the prey, my son, thou art gone up.
Right, from the prey, they have gone up. What should be the prey? Yeah, I worded it in a different way. What does prey do to them? When the lion gets his prey, what does it do? When a lion, I'm trying to word it in a way to not give you the answer. What is the prey to lions? Food. What is supposed to be our food? There you go. So from the word, they've gone up from that. They left the word. They supposed to be hungry to get this knowledge, but they left from that. So you see that's why our people aren't free. They still here. They try to act like these lions. They're in the neck of the enemies, but what? They don't got the word with them. They don't got the Most High with them. So it's not helping them. They're all up in these corporations, and you got Jay-Z, billionaire, Beyonce and them, billionaires. As a combined, her and Jay-Z, you got P. Diddy, billionaire. You got them owning all this, Oprah, billionaire. But they're either atheists, idolatrous. They've gone up from the prey. The thing that is supposed to be feeding them and nourishing them, they have left that. Go ahead.
He stooped down.
Mm-hmm.
He crouched as a lion.
You see that? He crouches as a lion. Go ahead.
And as an old lion.
As a what?
Old lion.
Yeah, see? He's like, y'all like an old lion. Now, they're what? They get shot and what happens? They try to make a little noise, but what? They're old. They ain't moving like they used to. Right? They ain't protecting the pride like they used to. A young lion comes up and what? Might smack them and take over because there's no vigor in them no more. There's no force in our people, man. There's no backbone in Judah. Why? Because they stripping them down, they puncturing them in the anus hole, and they're making them wear tight jeans. And it's I just got off the phone. I like T-Mobile. You can hear it was a black faggot on the other line. It's like the picture we put up. It says gay is the new black. You know what I mean? That when we did our cable show on that. Why? Because that's how they're breaking the black man. You're supposed to be this lion, but you're like an old lion. Now, man, if I may add, you're not like a lion no more. You like meow, meow. There's no backbone in our people, man. Bro, the only hardest niggas on this earth is the Hebrew Israelites. We the only hardest men out here that don't give a damn, that'll go out here and not give a damn. Blood, sweat, and tears. We'd die for this. That's the only one raising. The Most High has put the Spirit. Why? Because the Most High said he have reserved 7,000 men that have not bowed to the knee of Baal. But look at Judah out there. Spiritless, man. Spiritless. Don't let me start talking about Houston. Dude, I ain't never, maybe it's the time, I'm going to correct myself. Because I'm going to correct myself. It's everywhere. It ain't just Houston. People going to be looking at me like, you hate on Houston. Nah, it's everywhere. Everywhere you can see the fight and the drive out of the black man. For God's sake, I'm of the tribe of Reuben. Y'all don't get it. I'm gonna drive you Reuben. Where the hell's the black man at? Where the hell's Judah at? You understand that? Judah's supposed to be standing up. Yeah, we got majority Jews in the camp. I'm just saying though. You get brother. We were just talking about this on the phone yesterday, man. It's like you get these young men in here that's supposed to be the next generation of power and force, and they want to be under some krika more than they want to be under the spirit. Yeah, you don't get it. You're not going to. I'm just saying they'd rather be under a woman. They'd rather be under a woman, or they'd rather be under a woman. They'd rather be. Did I say under a woman yet?
No, I don't think you did. Lie.
They'd rather be at home playing video games. They'd rather be at home with their family. It's no fight in our people. There's no fight in Judah, man. Like you can be out there pouring out your spirit. Judah run out there like, y'all talking about us? Like, what happened to you, black man? Luckily, the Most High have saved and reserved the chosen. But as of now, Judah's like that old lion. They ain't ready to get up. Niggas just want to get high. You know what I mean? What's up with you? Man, I'm high, bro. Y'all tripping. Y'all doing too much. He said, this is not our rest. Where the hell are you at? But you know when it hits the black man, y'all? You know when it's supposed to hit the black man? Anybody know? Anybody want to add to this? Or I take my sugar pills? You know, when does it happen to them? When they start thinking, damn, I need to get a backbone. What?
When bad things are happening.
Yeah, when bad things, but what else? You're right. That's not wrong. What else? What?
Price comes down?
Yeah, that's too late then. I'm talking about when does a black man want to get right and start being an example? When do they want to start standing up for things? Well, when a white man drives them out the car and kicks their head in, yeah, true. You know what else? When they have kids. Then they're going to see the value in this knowledge. They're going to see the value because when they kids are growing up, dumb as hell like them, smoking weed, drinking 40s, then they're going to see the value and the strength of being a Hebrew Israelite. But some of these boys that come in here, I don't care if they're 20, 25, 26, 27, they're still little boys. They don't want responsibility because they don't have to be responsible over nothing. So that's why the black man out here in America, I'm not going to say only Houston, are still little baby boys. And the only thing that gets them right is some poontang. That's it. That's the only thing that gets them in order. That's the only thing that they're going to fall in line for. Restrain them from the poontang. Watch what happens. Nigga go crazy. But from the prey, they have gone up. They left this. They left the knowledge. It's too hard. Y'all are pushing me too much. We're too busy. If Christ parted that fourth, he came with those chariots, all that busy, crying. You know what I mean? I need time for me. I'm on my period this week stuff. That ain't going to be in you. You're going to be crying and begging and asking, what did I do that can be seen of the Most High? So, that's, you know why this is a good scripture? Is because if y'all always crying about vigor, force, fortitude, power, might, standing up, go look around and ask yourself, out of the percentage of black men that are here on this earth right now, who's standing up to be just a good damn father? A good parent? These are the things brothers forget. You come in here and you get pushed to fight, to struggle, to build, and then you don't see that how affect that in the world. You didn't have none of that. We didn't have that. Where's the good black and Hispanic dads at? What are they doing? Pimps, players, weed heads, right? They're not doing nothing for our people. So why, when you come in here, do we push you? Because there ain't nothing out there that has showed our people power. Nothing. So somebody got to stand up for it. Read that part again. He stooped down.
He stooped down.
Uh-huh.
He crouched as a lion.
Go ahead.
And as an old lion.
Right.
Who shall rouse him up?
That's the damn question. Who's going to rouse him up? Who? Well, we know what is rousing them up here and there is getting popped in the head and their kids getting shot. Then they want to, no justice, no peace. Black Lives Matter. And then what? Oh, as an old lion, they what? Oh, Black Lives Matter. Anyway, I'm going home. Pass me that joint. Pass me that blunt. As an old lion, you what? You go right back to what? You know what I mean? Grown-ass man playing video games. That's not going to build you. That's not going to build your people. That's not going to strengthen your nation. So it hurts to see our people, the so-called Negro, being this weak, man. Look at them on TV. This is hitting the point. You know why? You know why I'm hitting all these points? Because I've been looking at it lately. You look at TV. I was watching some chef show. The black man's on there, hard-ass beard, powerful. But what? A feminine spirit. Why? Because the white man is really straining all the power and the force out of you to where you ain't ready to do nothing for your people. You ain't ready to stand up. I don't give it. We could come up with 1,000 things here. Oh, I don't want to do it that way. Not that way. Oh, definitely not that way. Don't want to do that. Nope, not that either. No, too busy. It's like you don't want to do nothing. You don't want to do it anyway. Why? Because it says, who will rouse you up? Well, who can answer that question? Who's going to rouse them up? Who's going to rouse Judah up? Anybody? No, you don't know who's going to rouse them up? We know ultimately Yahushua is he's got to lift them up. The Spirit is going to rouse you up. That's what's supposed to be rousing us up. Sometimes it's going to come through the hurt and pain and suffering. It's going to come through that. You being dragged and shot in the streets. And some of our people are like, man, this has got to stop. And then you go get the truth. You go get the knowledge.
A rude awakening.
Yeah, you get a rude awakening. Yeah, what's up?
Why is all this? Why are all these problems popping up with only Judah like the most? Why is it just happening to Judah the most?
Well, they just said it. Who shall rouse them up? Judah's the head tribe. You know what's happening to them first? Because once we get Judah, they're the power. They're the strength. Judah is just in their nature. Like, look at them when they're weak. They still look powerful. You know what I mean? I seen this guy at the gym. This nigga was walking through like he was for the slaughter of 1,000 men. He was an old school cat. He was at least about 50-something. He was walking that old school 70. He was just walking through, and I was like, that's Judah. That's what's up. You like that power. But then you see these cats, the other cat, he got his beard shaved. He got the skinniest sweats on. And his back is out. He like that. He doing this.
He walking at gunpoint?
Yeah, it's like, it's terrible. But Judah, to answer your question, even in all that, if the black man says, listen, I'm going to wear my pants inside out, it's going to be, wow, look at him. He's innovative. Look at what he's done. That's the black man. That's the spirit the Most High has given us. Even in this diminished state, he's still the light of the world. He's still the example. How to dress, how to walk, how to talk. He's the flavor.
And that's why our enemy knows that. And they try to exploit that.
Oh yeah.
Anytime they want to make something new, they have to get an Israelite to do it. They have to get him to do it in order for everybody else to catch on.
Mm-hmm. It's little things I pick up on. Look at Wells Fargo. They put a Wells Fargo. They found out they were doing corrupt stuff, so they make this commercial. Just watch their new commercial. What do they do? They make it more urban, if that's the word. Why? Because that's gonna reach the people. Facebook, right? Y'all watch little TV and or even on your phones, the little commercial of Facebook. You know, Facebook was supposed to be about this, and then they put urban vibe to it. Brothers on there dancing, people. You know what I mean? Why? Because it gets you. It's the life. It's the spirit. The dancing. There is a Camry. It might be a Camry car commercial, and the white dude is in there. He started rapping. You see that one? And I was like, where did they get that from though? What level that we had to get to where they're replacing the black man with the white man, but with the flavor of the black man. They taking that because it's like he's flowing too. He was flowing on there. I was like, damn. But what did they do? Give it the urban vibe. The urban vibe means, listen, they stole your spirit, your salt, your flavor. So the black man is the flavor of the earth. The Israelite man is the flavor of the earth. And little by little, he's going to be roused up until that time. We know the chosen will be.
I'm going to grab the scripture for it.
Yeah.
But it says the earnest...
Romans 8, verse, I think it's 15. Romans 8. Was it? Let me see. Maybe is it 16? Wait a minute. Hold on. Romans 8 and 19.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 19.
Give me a comment when you guys got it. Okay, go ahead.
For the earnest expectation
So the whole world is waiting. Not just you, not just her, not just a couple of people. The whole world is waiting. Go ahead.
For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High.
The whole world is waiting. The whole world is in the world, the trees, the air, the spirit of the air. They're waiting for the children of the Most High to be roused up. Mm-hmm. Not just us, not just the people doing the work, but the creatures, the plants, the water. They defiled everything and everywhere they go. And they're waiting for the sons of men, the children of the Most High, to come back into power. Go ahead. Was that it?
You want verse 20 or?
No, that was it.
No, that was it. Yeah. So jump back. Let's go back to Genesis 49, right?
49 and 10.
They did say 49, right?
Yeah, 49.
Okay, go ahead.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
The scepter shall not depart from Judah.
Right.
Nor a lawgiver from between his feet.
So the scepter, which was, kings hold that scepter. So Judah being put up in the way of first the tribe, then also Yahushai was going to hold that scepter, right? His line, his lineage, it will come through Judah. Go ahead.
Until Shiloh come.
Right. See, until who?
Shiloh come.
Right. So yeah, you got the tribe of Judah, but also it was going to transition from the tribe of Judah through their line to Yahweh Shai. Shiloh means peaceable one. So the peaceable one was going to have that scepter. Right? And we just read that in the other question. Where was it at? Ezekiel? What was that other question at?
Ezekiel.
Yeah. We just read that
Ezekiel 37.
Christ, it would be Christ's kingdom. And he was going to rule forever. Okay, so the scepter wasn't going to depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver, we missed that part, nor a lawgiver from between his feet. Why? Because we know that when you go to, hold that, just on this point, nor a lawgiver from between his feet. Because at one time, it was the tribe of Levi were given the law. Now it's going to be the tribe of Judah. So this was a prophecy of what was going to happen. Go to Hebrews 7.
Hebrews chapter 7, verse 14.
Yeah, Hebrews 7:14. There's another one too I want to get. Go ahead.
For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah,
Right.
of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood.
Right. So we know that originally it wasn't about the priesthood. The priesthood wasn't with Judah. But here is prophesying that the lawgiver would not depart. It says, nor a lawgiver from between his feet. Because Yahweh Shai changed that. He changed that to where Judah, the nation, were now going to be giving the law. There's a command. There's a scripture. You can write down once again for that 1 Peter 2:9, where it says you're a nation of kings and priests. But there's I have to find it. It was just on the point about, now, you can write down the 1 Peter 2:9. It was another one I wanted to add, though. But just to show that the prophecy will be that Yahweh Shai was going to give the law. Okay? It's another one. There's a few of them, but one is coming to my mind. I got to look for it. So go back to Genesis 49. I'll find that one.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 10.
Genesis 49 and 10. Go ahead.
The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet,
right,
until Shiloh come.
Right, because Shiloh, the peaceable one, would now take reign and rule. Go ahead.
And unto him shall the gathering of the people be.
Right, unto him shall the gathering of the people be. So go to 2nd Esdras. Go to 2nd Esdras. And I don't want to go over the whole chapter, but I want to go straight to the point. You were supposed just to show you about who the gathering of the people to be. And y'all probably already know this, but you can have the precepts. 2nd Esdras 13. Oh, man. It starts from where he says, and who is the young man that of high stature? I want to start from there. I thought it was 13. Let me see. Okay. Sharp with that concordance, boy. Second Ezra 2. You sure? Yeah. Second Ezra 2. And verse 43. Read that.
Second Ezra chapter 2 and verse 43.
Mm-hmm.
And in the midst of them there was a young man
Right.
of high stature,
Right.
taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns,
Right.
and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
Right.
So I spake to the angel.
Wait, you know what? Hold on. Read 38 on down, Mac.
Come. Arise and stand. Behold, the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord,
Go ahead.
which are departed from the shadow of the world.
Right, so this what's crazy, and this is, somebody asked the other day, well, why they took out the Apocrypha. You see that what he's dropping here is the same thing that John the Revelator dropped. He's talking about the 144,000. He says those that are with white robes. Go ahead.
And have received glorious garments of the Lord.
Go ahead.
Take thy number, O Sion,
Uh-huh.
and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white.
Right, so that number was the 144,000, the chosen. Go ahead.
Which have fulfilled the law of the Lord.
Go ahead.
The number of thy children,
Right.
whom thou longest for,
Uh-huh.
is fulfilled.
Read.
Beseech the power of the Lord,
Right.
that thy people, which have been called from the beginning, may be hallowed.
Right.
I, Ezra, saw upon Mount Zion
Right.
a great people, who I could not number.
Right. Read.
And they all praised the Lord with one song.
Well, so where is the gathering of the people going to be? To Yahweh Shai. So what he's seeing is he's seeing this great multitude, the chosen, come on Mount Zion. Go ahead.
And in the midst of them was a young man,
Right.
of high stature,
Right.
taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns,
Right.
and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
Right. So this is what the Most High is showing you, that the scepter should not depart from Judah until Shiloh come. So Ezra is dropping when Shiloh comes. Shiloh means peaceable one, talking about Yahweh Shai. Okay, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. When they seen him, he came, the people came to him. And he was doing what to those people? Setting crowns on their heads. These are the same 144,000 in Revelation 7. This is the same ones that were dressed in white robes and followed Christ whatsoever the Lamb. It says it followed the Lamb whatsoever he went. Go ahead.
So I asked the angel, and said, Sir, where are these?
Right.
He answered and said unto me, These be they which have put off the mortal clothing,
Right.
and put on the immortal.
Right. So that's talking about hopefully us. And I say that because he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. So we that put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, go ahead.
And have confessed the name of the Most High.
Right.
Now are they crowned and receive palms.
Right, and that's what we're all waiting for. We're waiting for the gathering of the people shall be to Yahweh Shai. Watch, it's going to go on and show you. Go ahead.
Then said I unto the angel,
right?
What young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands?
Right.
So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world.
Right.
Then began a great
Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
Right, that's why we can't care. So I just wanted to show you where it says to the gathering of the people shall be to Shiloh. Watch, here's another one. Go to 2nd Ezra 13. So we found out about the chosen, right? When Yahweh Shai come back, the chosen is going to be gathered by Yahweh Shai. But there's also other people. When Yahweh Shai comes, who else is going to show up? Right? Who else is going to show up? Read that. 13 and 33.
2nd Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 33.
Right, no, 32.
32.
Go ahead.
And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass.
Right.
And the sign shall happen, which I show thee before. And then shall my son be declared.
Right. Same thing we were just reading in the 2nd chapter. Yahweh Shai is going to be declared. Okay. Go ahead.
Whom thou sawest as a man ascending.
Right. Read.
And when all the people hear his voice.
Go ahead.
Every man in their own.
Come on. Read 33 again. Slow it down. Come on.
And when all the people hear his voice.
Yeah.
Every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another.
So they're going to lead the battle one against another. This is a prophecy of the destruction. So if you wanted a kind of like a timeline, this was going to happen first. Before the crown setting, there was going to be some threshing, some destruction happening first. And then 2nd Ezra 2 was going to happen, which is he's going to set the crowns on the chosen. Go ahead.
And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together.
Right.
As thou sawest them.
Right.
Willing to come and to overcome him by fighting.
Right. So you got the innumerable multitude of the nations are going to be gathered to Christ, the people. Right. Go ahead.
But he shall stand upon the top of Mount Sion. And Sion shall come and shall be showed unto all men. Right.
So at this point, Israel, the chosen, the 144,000, those ones that walked in the white robes, they're going to be raised up and shown to all nations. Go ahead.
Being prepared and built.
Read.
Like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands.
Right. Go ahead.
And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations.
Right, so he's destroying the nations at this time. He's overthrowing the nations. Go ahead.
For which their wicked lives are fallen into tempest.
Right.
And shall lay before them the evil thoughts.
Right, so what's going to happen?
And shall lay before them their evil thoughts.
All those thoughts, all that negative in their mind is going to come right back to them. Everything you did in your life, all that wickedness is going to come right back to you. Go ahead.
And the torment wherewith
they shall begin to be tormented. Go ahead.
Which are like unto a flame.
Go ahead.
And he shall destroy them without labor by the law which is like unto fire.
Go ahead.
And whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude.
Right, so you see what's going on here? The gathering of the people was to Yahweh Shai. Like all nations, they would come. He said they shall come, it tells you, was it Joel, the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Yeah, just Joel.
There's a few scriptures. I don't want to go all into all that, but showing you that all nations are going to come before Yahushua. He's going to thresh them, destroy them, break them down. And who's going to be there? Israel also. The other peaceable multitude. Go ahead.
Unto him.
Right.
Those are in the 10 tribes.
Those are the 10 tribes.
Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners.
So you see that? So now it goes into the 10 tribes that was scattered. So all nations are going to be gathered to Yahushua, the peaceable multitude. Go ahead. Jump back. Go back there. Go back to Genesis 49. Let's finish that one.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
The scepter shall not depart from Judah.
So we understand that the scepter, the rulership, wasn't going to depart from Judah. Why? Because as it transitioned from the tribe, Judah the tribe, it would transition right into the son, right? Which was Yahushua, which came out of the tribe of Judah. Go ahead.
Nor a lawgiver from between his feet.
Go ahead.
Until Shiloh come.
Right, because ultimately Yahushua was going to bring the law. Go ahead.
And unto him shall the gathering of the people be.
And we just went over that. The gathering of the people, 2nd Ezra the 13th chapter, 2nd Ezra the 2nd chapter. Go ahead.
Binding his foil unto the vine.
Right. Binding his what?
Full unto the vine.
Full unto the vine. Now what does that mean? We just read it in Ezekiel. We always go over this one. He was going to gather Israel together. So he was going to gather all the tribes together. We just read it in 2nd Ezra 13. Those are the peaceable multitude. He's going to gather us from all nations, all kindreds, all tongues. Right? Same question we went over earlier. He said we would be gathered from among the heathen. Go ahead.
And his ass's coat.
Right.
Unto the choice vine.
Go ahead.
He washed his garments in wine.
Right. He washed his what?
His garments in wine.
What? That's symbolic. Go to Revelations. There's a few of these also. What do you mean by he washed his garments in wine? Revelations 19:11. That's how he laughed. Revelations 19 and 11 on down. Go ahead.
Good. Revelations chapter 19 and verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse.
Right.
And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True.
Right.
And in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
Go ahead.
His eyes were as a flame of fire,
Mm-hmm.
and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written.
So this goes back to where it says in Genesis 49 about the scepter not departing from Judah. Why? Because it's not. It's going to go right from the tribe of Judah all the way to Yahushua, because he's the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Go ahead.
That no man knew,
Right.
but he himself.
Read.
And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
In grape juice?
Dipped in blood.
No, he was clothed in a vesture dipped in blood. So when it tells you in Genesis 49, and his clothes in the blood of grapes, it's symbolic that it was going to be bloodshed. It was going to be bloodshed that Yahushua spilled of the nations. When you go back to that 2nd Ezra 2, 2nd Ezra 13, and you read the full chapters, Yahushua was going to burn up these other nations. Go ahead.
And his name is called the Word of God.
So now we understand why it says the blood of grapes. Because it was symbolic of him stomping out these nations. Go from there, go to Isaiah 63:1.
Isaiah chapter 63 and verse 1.
Isaiah 63 verse 1.
Who is he that cometh from Edom?
Right?
With dyed garments.
What color were his garments going to be dyed? Like grapes. Right? We always talk about, if you're old school, you see that I Love Lucy where she jumped in the thing of grapes and started stomping them. Well, that's what Yahweh Shai is fit to do. He's going to stomp out the nations. But specifically, he come from where?
Who is that? Who is this that cometh from Edom?
Right, listen, I want y'all to, he's been reading the whole time. So please make sure you jump up. No, he can finish this one. I'm just saying, make sure y'all jump up and help him. Go ahead.
Who is this that cometh from Edom?
Right, he's coming from Edom. Go ahead.
With dyed garments from Bozrah.
Read.
That is glorious in his apparel.
Right.
Traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Read.
I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
Read.
Wherefore art thou red in thy apparel?
Why is your apparel red? Why is it the color of grapes? Go ahead.
And thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat.
Read.
I have trodden the winepress alone.
Wait. You help me.
I have trodden the winepress alone.
Yahweh Shai is going to get the first punch, y'all. He's going to get the floor. We get the leftovers. But vengeance is his. He's going to tread the wine press. I can, you know what comes to my mind? You think about, remember Godzilla? How he would come and just stomp and crush and people's bodies just splat, right? That's him coming back to tread the wine press. Okay, go ahead.
And of the people, there was none with me.
There was what?
None with me.
Go ahead.
For I will tread them in my anger.
Go ahead.
And trample them in my fury.
Read.
And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments.
Yeah, see, you see the Jesus of the Bible? Him is real. That white boy that Matthew McConaughey looking like, that guy ain't this guy. This guy is coming back. This man, the man Yahweh Shai, is coming back for blood and death. He said his garment would be sprinkled with blood. Go ahead.
And I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart.
That's poetic. That's poetic right there, ain't it? I will stain, he's going to stain his garments with blood. Go ahead.
And the year of my redeemed is come.
Read.
And I looked, and there was none to help.
He keeps saying that. There was what?
None to help.
He keeps saying it. So no, we're not going to get guns and help Yahweh Shai. No, Yahweh Shai is going to, with one blow, it tells you back in Ezra 13, with one blow, he's going to drop the nations. 60 minutes. They just put that out. There's a new series on Netflix. And I seen the little, I didn't watch it, but one of the commercials was, you know how it goes through you put it on it, and it like gives you a little information about it, and on the Netflix, they said 60 minutes. They took that right out of the Bible. They said the earth went through this in 60 minutes. Because they know when Yahweh Shai comes back, it's going to take 60 minutes to destroy America. You know how quick, when you're treading the wine press, you know how fast that's going to go? It's like you at the barbershop cutting hair. An hour can go like this. But imagine when you're out stumping and blood is all over your raiment and blood on your garments and angels running through the earth. It's going to be a lot of blood. I think it's Jeremiah. It might be 50, I think it says. It says there's going to be so many dead dead bodies, you won't be able to bury them. That's how many dead it's going to be on the earth. Go ahead.
And I wondered that there was none to uphold.
Read.
Therefore my arm brought salvation unto me.
Right.
And my fury, it held me up.
Go ahead. He said his fury. So Yahushua is angry right now. Go ahead.
And I will tread down the people in my anger.
He will tread down the people. Now, let me say this. Y'all heard me say before, what size Yahushua is coming back, right? Think about it. For you to tread somebody down,
Right. That's under your feet.
they're under your feet. How tall are these angels going to come back? So, listen, I'm not saying I know the size. All I'm saying is that when I read these scriptures, I'm thinking about, he ain't going to come back 5'5", 5'9", 8 feet tall. He got to be big. Go ahead, y'all.
What kind of give you a description like how big? Because when I forgot where it is when they talk about one angel got 1 foot on the sun and 1 foot on
Right.
the water. So you just imagine it like
They
that.
can
like,
come. They can come any size they want. Go ahead.
And make them drink in my fury. And I will bring down their strength to the earth.
Right. So, and you can go down in that. Jump over to Isaiah 34. So the question is in Genesis 49 and 11. And we're at this point where it says, and his clothes in the blood of grapes. He shall wash his garments in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes. So we know it's a twofold meaning, because Yahushua, they say that man came eating and drinking, and they say man gluttonous and a wine bibber. We know that he was a wine drinker, but this was also deeper than that. It was about what he was going to do, and that was staining his garments with the blood of the nations. Isaiah 34 and read 5.
God, in Isaiah chapter 34, verse 5.
No, 4.
Verse 4.
Go ahead.
And all the hosts of heaven.
Man, just start from 1. You got to do it. These are one of my favorite. These chapters I'm reading now is my favorite chapters, man. All I used to do when I went up on street speaking back in the days in New York, this is all I used to go over. Isaiah 60, not all the time. Isaiah 34:1, come on.
Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it.
Go ahead.
For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations.
Go ahead.
And his fury upon all their armies.
Right, you see that? So this goes right back with 2nd Ezra 2. Right back with 2nd Ezra 13. Right back with, you 2nd Ezra 8, 9, the last days. But when you go into 13, it specifically talks about Yahushua. We just read it in Isaiah 60, what was that, 61? That was Isaiah the 61st chapter. Now we're reading Isaiah 34. Go ahead. 63. Go ahead.
God, he hath utterly destroyed them.
Go ahead.
He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcass.
That's how much dead it's going to be. The earth is going to stink. Go ahead.
And the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
Go ahead.
And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved. And the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
Right, because they're going to, back in Ezra, it tells you, they're going to be meeting him with fire. They're going to be trying to hit Yahushua with these nukes. But he's going to meet them with fire. So it's the heavens is going to be on fire. Because you know they're not going to stop. There's no way this black man going to rule America. We will blow everybody up.
I tell you what.
Bruh. Billy, get your gun. Niggas trying to rule the earth. Not going to let them. That's what they going to do when they see these black angels come through the heavens. They said Christ looked like he was burnt in an oven. You got to think about how fearful they're going to look. all you're going to see is black faces with maybe red eyes coming down with woolly hair on horses and chariots and with angels transforming and destroying.
You already know, like, I can see it in my head.
Not this black.
No.
Not this, I'm not even, you know what I mean, right? Because he's not even really black. He's just light skinned. Wow. Now, they're going to be darker than Jeremiah. Y'all don't see him on here, but he's chocolate.
Mahogany.
Like my picture with me and Aria that we took at the feast.
Yeah.
All you see is my teeth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you.
I mean, I'm used to it, though.
Right, it's all gravy.
Yeah.
But it's all gravy.
When you think about it, you're looking. It's like in your mind, because then the speed that he's moving in. When you see a black man just like hauling butt down the street.
Yeah, that's already scary. You like once remember when old boy was running on Get Out?
Oh yeah, but
listen, if somebody was doing to you on that street, what you do? You've been run all the way hell to the other side, right? Think about it. Especially you got to see, like I was saying earlier, these black, they ain't coming with shaved face. They ain't coming with buttery lips, gloss on their lips. They gonna come with full-fledged beards and power and might, and I keep thinking about how tall they're gonna come. That's gonna make you crap on yourself as it is.
Like the voice and just the sound of Yahweh Shai's voice.
It said when the angels came, it said their voice was the sound of many waters. So their voice. Imagine how much screams are gonna go through the earth. Y'all not thinking about this, man. This is the stuff I think about when I think about it messing up. When you think about wavering or getting doubtful or getting weak, I sit back and I think about Yahweh Shai coming back. And then he says you're gonna be punished and then suffer after death. So read out.
And all their hosts shall fall down.
Right.
As the leaf falleth off from the vine.
Right. All their hosts. Who? The hosts of the nations, the armies of the nations. Go ahead.
And as a falling fig from the fig tree.
Go ahead.
For my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
You see that? He said it should be bathed in heaven. Meaning that his sword is going to come across the earth like a sickle, like in a yard, just blood everywhere. Heads being chopped off, bodies.
On the floor.
You can't even imagine that stuff, huh? You can't imagine. We're smiling about it now, but you can't imagine how much death there's going to be. Crying, hurt, pain. They never told you that in church. They never read these to me in church. Hell no, our Jesus coming back, he's going to hold hands with everybody. Well, who the hell is this then? Who's that? Read.
God, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
There you go. He's angry with Esau. He's angry with the whole so-called white man. Go ahead.
And upon the people of my curse.
There you go. Read.
To judge.
Read.
The sword of the Lord.
To judgment. Go ahead.
The sword of the Lord is filled with blood.
Read.
It is made fat with fatness.
Right.
And with the blood of lambs and goats.
Right. If you don't get it, he's using that symbolic. He's not coming back to kill animals. He's saying he's going to slaughter like your animals. Go ahead.
With the fat of the kidneys of rams.
Read.
For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Bozrah.
In Bozrah.
Come.
Think about that, have y'all, when we go get the lamb, you know how much blood is everywhere when they taking him in the slaughterhouse? Bro, everywhere. They took him in and chopped his head off, the lamb, and from the door, it's his head was squirting blood all the way to the door. That's why he said like a slaughter. That's how much blood it's going to be. Go ahead.
And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
Uh-huh.
And the unicorns shall come down with them.
Uh-huh.
And the bullocks with the bulls.
Uh-huh.
And their land shall be soaked with blood.
Right.
And their dust made fat with fatness.
Read.
For it is days of the Lord.
For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance. Read.
And the year of recompense for the
controversies of Zion. Alright. So one more. Go to Deuteronomy 32 verse 42. I mean, there's a lot on those. I think we got the point of Genesis 49. But we're going to add one more where, for the blood part, where it says grapes. Where does it say? How does it go again? It says here. It says here, he washed his garments in wine and his clothes in the blood of grapes. Now we're understanding what that means. One more to add though. Deuteronomy 32:42. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 42.
Go ahead.
I will make mine arrows drunk with blood. And my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain and of the captives.
Right.
From the beginning of revenges upon the enemy.
Yeah. So, like I said, we could go all day with that. There's a lot of revenge scriptures there. Go back to Genesis 49 and 12. Genesis 49 and 12.
Genesis.
Right. Once again, that's another characteristics of the so-called black man. Teeth is white with milk, but also it's taught, what does milk do? Yeah, it nourishes you. So the Most High is saying that this was going to be the characteristic of the so-called black man of the tribe of Judah. So that's it on that. I think hopefully that suffices answering that question for y'all. All right. Somebody had a question, Deuteronomy?
23 and verse 7.
All right. Deuteronomy 23 verse 7 and 8. Let's go there.
Especially 8.
Deuteronomy 23 verse 7 and 8.
Deuteronomy chapter 23 verse 7.
Deuteronomy 23 verse 7. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite.
We've been over this. We just literally went over this the other day. Go ahead.
For he is thy brother.
Right.
Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou was a stranger in his land.
But now y'all really see how common questions are. We be answering the same question over and over and over again. We just literally went over this the other day. And it says what it says, not to abhor an Edomite. The Most High has given us a commandment not to be motivated by that anger. We just went through it. Vengeance is the Lord's. So to be walking around trying, being motivated by this anger and hate, which we all are. You know, we all try. It consumes us sometimes. That's why the scriptures say anger rests in the bosom of fools. We would make the wrong decisions if our hatred motivated us. It would be, let's get the guns and let's go kill some of these wicked ass regime politicians, right? It would be that if we didn't understand that vengeance is Yahweh Shai's. So what's the commandment say? What's the law say? Don't abhor an Edomite. Okay? So that's it on that. We touched on that a lot. I mean, I don't know what else y'all looking for on it. It says what it says. It's in the law. The law's not done away with. We already know that. So, you know, that don't mean we are not going to dislike them. That don't mean that we're not going to see them for what they are. That don't mean that we're not going to see that they're the evil people that has been motivated by death, destruction, and blood and bloodshed. That don't mean that. But it does mean that don't think like that, and every day you're thinking and your purpose every day is hate the white man, hate the white man, hate the white man. That's not our purpose. Right now our purpose is to build our nation and get our nation back right. Then we can go, when Christ, Yahweh Shai, puts his spirit in us, then we're going to go deal with the white man and all the other nations too. You was going to say something?
Yeah, tell them they won't hate a quitter, be angry and sin not.
Yeah, there you go. Be angry and sin not. So you're absolutely right. Yeah. So we got that. We got that. Let's go to the next one. What else we got?
In the kingdom, will our land be more stretched out, or will we only dwell in the old boundaries?
What? Read that again.
In the kingdom, will our land be more stretched out, or will we only dwell in the old boundaries?
No. First of all, Jerusalem is going to be. It tells you in the Bible that Jerusalem. Go to Revelations. Let's see if I can get this for you here. Make this very simple. Ah, there's another one too. It says, oh man, there's a scripture right in my brain. It says the
mountain filled the whole earth.
The what?
The mountain that filled the whole earth.
No. I didn't think of that one. But no, it's one that says that the earth will be our it's not come to mind. Let me see here. Give me a sec. I don't even want the one in Revelation. I want this other one I'm thinking of. It's because we know, I think they get that Jerusalem is going to be our city. I don't want to go there. Revelations was talking about, Jerusalem, our city, but they get that part. They want to know outside of that. But it's a scripture, I think it might be in Isaiah. I think it might be in Isaiah. It says, let's see. Get it. Let me see it. Please. Please. Let me find it. We're not going nowhere. I'll give it to you tomorrow morning if you tune in with us. Because there's a few of them. So let me find it. You know how I can jump to the next question and then we can get back to this one. But there's a few of them. It's just right now my brain ain't coming up with the ones that you need. But I'll find it. Tune in tomorrow. Which I'm sure you will be here for the Sabbath morning. And then when we go over questions, I'll go over that and I'll give you an onslaught of scriptures for that. All right? What's the next question? Just hold that one. Remind me of that one.
It says, the chosen people, Moses and Joshua, helped to lead into the promised land. Because it's multiple questions. It says, who are these people today? Where are these people today? Where is the promised land that they inhabited today?
So read it from the top. Read it again.
The chosen people, Moses and Joshua, helped to lead into the promised land. Who are these people today? And where are these people today?
They're the Israelites. They're the Israelites that were led into that land. And the Israelites were scattered through the four corners of the earth. So, that's maybe sometimes, we're thinking like, oh yeah, that's no brainer, right? maybe there's something else you're looking for in this question, but remember, go to Deuteronomy 1:1. Go to Deuteronomy 1:1.
Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1.
Right.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on the side of the Jordan,
right,
in the wilderness,
right,
in the plain over against the Red Sea,
right,
between Pardoram and Tophel.
Right. So this was the Israelites, and we were going to go in and we were going to take our land from the Canaanites. Okay. We know that the Most High marched certain of us around 40 years in the wilderness, had to kill off the old generation, stubborn and rebellious, and the kids of those generations went in and got the kingdom with Joshua and Caleb. So those were Hebrew Israelites, okay? Where they are today, Deuteronomy. Let's start with Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28 and 64.
Deuteronomy.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
Right.
From the one end of the earth, even unto the other.
Right.
And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Right.
Even wood and stone.
Right. So where are those people at? The Hebrew Israelites are scattered through the four corners of the earth amongst all nations. And, you know, if you want to get into, we know their biblical names. And then historically, we know by the curses of Deuteronomy 28 who they are today. So that's how you identify those people. Now, if you're asking me to go into all that, 20 minutes, we could get you a link and we get you a class on that in depth. But like I said, sometimes these questions seem so basic. Tell me if I'm not answering it the way what you really wanted. But yeah, that's as easy as that. The Israelites are scattered through the earth. The people you know as Negroes, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Haitians, Dominicans, Panamanians, North American Indians, the people, Seminole Indians, Argentinians, Chileans, Colombians, all these people of Negroid and so-called Indian descent are the true Hebrew Israelites. Okay, so like I said, tell me if I missed something on that. Go ahead. What else?
It says, "Where is the promised land that they inhabit today?"
Well, then it was Canaan, all right, which was changed over to Israel at that time. That was the promised land.
And where can I find the history of their life in this promised land?
You can find it right here in the Bible, in the King James Version Bible. You can read about them being in that land. When you go to Joshua, you can start at Joshua 1:1 and read, and you find out we went into the land of Canaan and we overthrew the Jebusites, Girgashites, Hittites, Perizzites, all these parasites. All these parasites in the land of Canaan, and that's the land we took. If you got a good Bible, or if you can Google a Bible map, the land of Canaan, it'll go on there and show you, like if she could throw it there for you, the land of Canaan, and then you put another one up there showing them the land of Israel. It's the same land. We just took it over. And we start putting the names on it because it wasn't theirs anyway. It wasn't rightfully theirs anyway. So that's where you will read about that. Okay? Yeah, like me, I got it right here. I got it right here in the back of my Bible. If you got a good map in your Bible, you can go into the maps and see the land of Canaan and back then, during the land of the Hamites, or the Africans that were ruling in there, of the sons of Ham, and then when we took it over, you can get a map for that also. All right? So, what else you got?
It says, Shalom. If I want to get an English name translated to Hebrew, where can I look for the spelling and Are there any books in the library I can pick up on Hebrews or your history?
If you wanted to translate the name of English into Hebrew, well, what you would do is there's Ben Yehudi. It's a Hebrew English dictionary, and you got to know a little Hebrew though. So the way you would do it is you would know a little Hebrew, but when you go in there, you look up the definition or what the name means, and you can translate it to Hebrew. So you need to know a little Hebrew to do that. Another way, which you still need to know a little Hebrew, because a lot of times you can get wrong information. And like if you even Google how to say such and such in Hebrew, but you got to know Hebrew and make sure it's on point. So you got to have your reference books. So you got to get a Ben Yehudi. We got a little pamphlet that got basic Hebrew words in there. That's free. We can send that to you. If you got a phone, you got Apple. There's an app called eSword, right? I mean, most of all the Bible apps have it to where you can get the Hebrew Bible, or you can get the Concordance Hebrew Bible. And you go on a word and you click on the word, and then the word will pop up in Hebrew. You can do it that way also. So on Apple, I use eSword, one of my favorite, eSword on Apple. And on Android, I use KJVA Bible. Or, no, you're right, MySword. Because MySword has a concordance. It has a concordant link to it, and it goes into the words and breaks down those words in Hebrew. So you can do it those ways. You know, but like I said, you need the basic abagadas or alphabets of the Hebrew, so you can say, you can go, okay, let me go to the Ben Yehudi, let me look up the word there. Let me see what it says online. Let me look it up there. Oh, let me go into the Bible and let me see if that word, if it correlates with what is said in these other books. So you get 3 references. That's how you can do it. Yeah.
Next question. What scripture would you use to explain 2 wives topic?
What scripture will we use to explain 2 wives topic? It depends. If it's a new person, I wouldn't even go into all that because it's not necessary. The scriptures say give milk before you get meat. You got to understand that topic is going to deter people that don't even know the Bible. So if you're using this to actually teach somebody, I would take a step back. I would take a step back and make sure they got basics first. But now, if it's a must, if like y'all ask questions and I'm not going to avoid them. So if you're going to go into it, then go into, like we went into the other day, we went into the law. Scriptures tell you that I will go and show them that the law is not done away with. Then I will go there and show them in the law where it tells you about a man dealing with more than one wife. So, yeah. I mean, that's the way you can do it. Which was Deuteronomy, was it 21?
Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 15.
Deuteronomy 21, 15, and Exodus
20 and verse 14.
Exodus 20 and 14. You can go to those 2 scriptures showing the law. How that the law was...
No, Exodus 21 and 10, I'm sorry.
Exodus what?
21 and 10.
Exodus 21 and 10. You can go to those scriptures to show that in the law, the Most High did not frown upon it. But like I said, why would you go into that topic? What's the point of that? Who are you trying to show that to? You know what I mean? Like, you trying to force that on somebody? And I'm saying, speaking in general, are you trying to tell somebody that you're trying to get them to comprehend it? Right? So we're real careful with that. Why, man? Because a lot of brothers come in for the wrong reason. And I'm not saying that's the case of whoever's asking the question. I'm saying that your priorities got to be set straight when you deal with these topics. All right, what's up? What else?
So, Shalom, what is the meaning of Revelations chapter 1 and verse 11? And why is Philadelphia the only city spoke of?
Revelations 1 and 11, let's go there.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 11.
Go ahead.
Come. Revelation chapter 1, verse 11. Saying, I am Alpha and Omega.
So this is Yahweh Shai saying, I'm the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Go ahead.
The first and the last. And what thou seest, write in a book.
So he's speaking to John, the Revelator, and he's telling them to, what I'm telling you, write it down. Okay, record it. Go ahead.
And send it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia.
Right, so these were 7 churches that were scattered around Asia Minor. Go ahead.
Unto
Ephesia. So there was that's where you got the book of Ephesians. It was in Ephesia. So once again, you get a good Bible map or like a Google map during the time of Paul. And then you can see he traveled through Asia Minor and he was going to these different lands. Ephesia, go ahead.
Unto Smyrna,
go ahead.
And unto Pergamos,
go ahead.
And unto Thyatira, and unto Sardis, and unto Philadelphia,
go ahead.
And unto
Laodicea. Okay, so these were all landmass. So, yeah, if you get a little map, you can see that these were just landmass that churches, schools were in. That's all they were. All right.
All right. And does anybody know what the Bible verse is that says teachers need to show their face and not hide their face?
Teachers need to show their face, not hide their face.
About the one you see a teacher will not be in corners anymore. That you will see your teachers.
That you would see your teachers. Yeah. Huh?
I think the home answered it. Isaiah.
The home answered. Yeah. The way they're quoting it, yeah. What it's talking about is that we wouldn't be hid. That the teachers wouldn't be hid. That the Most High wasn't going to just keep us down to the point where this word doesn't get out. It's not the way you're quoting it. I'm not sure if you're looking for another scripture, but it's not saying that, which nobody should be doing that anyway. Teaching behind a curtain, you just hear a voice. You know what I mean? But it's not saying that. It's not saying that. Oh yeah, they had to show their face. Yeah. Because if you're on a radio show or you're on Blog Talk, right? You're not going to show your face. So I'm hoping you're not thinking it's saying that, like, oh, you couldn't be on a Blog Talk radio because we had to see your face. That's not what that scripture's saying. That scripture's talking about us not being the chosen, the word not being suppressed anymore. It's going to get out. It's going to come out, and the true prophets, the true teachers will bring it out, and they will be seen.
Well, he said, he responded, he answered and said, I need it so I can post it on this one dude's channel who lies and never shows his face.
Yeah, that scripture is not for that. And listen, if y'all watching this class, I'm gonna show y'all something. Go to
because Thahawam did. He gave a scripture. Thahawam did give a scripture.
Right. Go to It's in the New Testament. It's in the New. Let me find it. Go to Timothy's. There's a lot of them. 1 Timothy 6.
1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 20.
Yeah.
O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust.
Do what?
Keep that which is committed to thy trust.
Go ahead.
Avoiding profane and vain babbling.
Yeah. Y'all gotta understand, man. The Most High is about peace. Not about, I'm gonna get in this argument. If you don't believe, or you got people on there not teaching right, all you gotta do is just click off, bro. You don't gotta be part of that. You know, the Most High, He said He's the God of peace. Like we tell people on here, if they want to get on here and argue with us, we're like, nobody put a gun to your head to watch us. Just click off. The scriptures say, read it again.
God, O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust.
See, you keep what's committed to you. Go ahead.
Avoiding.
Yeah, that's not
profane and vain babbling.
That what?
Avoiding.
What?
Avoiding.
What?
Avoiding.
You gotta avoid that. Don't click on there. Like, why you? Listen, who is the only one that came against Yahushua and started arguments?
The Pharisees.
The Pharisees and the Sadducees. Yahushua wasn't creating arguments. He wasn't going around like, you know what I mean, just creating stuff. He was doing the work of the Most High, and when they came with that madness, he would just veer, block, get that out of there. So you got to avoid these things. Go ahead.
And oppositions of science falsely so-called.
Yeah, and you got to avoid these oppositions, man. You know, in this instance, he was talking about their science, but there's many things that oppose the word of the Most High. He didn't say go run into it and argue with them. He said avoid it. Now, if they come to you and they ask a question, then you let them know, hey, I'm going to answer the question. You know, so let me answer the question. But this is not a battle. This is not a fight. You know what I mean? It says avoid it. Go to 2 Timothy 2:23.
2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 23. But foolish.
Hold on. 2 Timothy 2:23. Y'all got it? Go ahead.
But foolish and unlearned questions.
Right.
Avoid.
But certain questions you gotta avoid. Like when somebody asked the other day, what does the Bible say? Somebody stepping on your toes. It was like, what are you talking about? Like, we answer Bible questions, not if you step on a back, you break your mom's back. Where's that in the Bible? You can see what is madness and foolishness and ignorance. Just stay away from it. Go ahead.
Knowing that they do gender strife.
They do gender what?
Strife.
They gender arguments, fighting, things that you don't need to be doing. Like, just stay away from that. If you don't believe in that, then stay away from it. If he's teaching wrong, that's why I told a lot of y'all online. Y'all need to stick to whoever it is. I'm not saying it's us. Whoever is your teachers, stick with that and then stay off everybody else. Why? Because you're just going to create confusion in your mind, and then, or you go over and realize they're not teaching the truth, and then you're going to be a debate, you know what I mean, arguing and fighting with them. Like, what's the point of that? You know, we got it before. It didn't happen that much, but people will come in, they'll try to get in here and fight with us. We're like, we're not here for that. You know what I mean? We're not the arguing brothers. We're not going to do that with y'all. Right. Right. So one more. Titus 3:9. Well, actually, two more.
Titus chapter 3, verse 9.
Titus 3:9. Yeah, man. You know, if you're saying you're a part of our school or you're affiliated with learning from us, we're not about that. Just stay away from that. It says avoid. That's what the Bible says. It said avoid it. Stay away from it. Go ahead.
But avoid foolish questioning.
But avoid what?
Foolish questions.
Go ahead.
And genealogies.
Genealogies. Go ahead.
And genealogies and contentions.
Right.
And
y'all see that? Avoid contentions. Contention. You know what contention is? Look it up real quick. Avoid contentions. Go ahead.
And strivings about the law.
You see that? So you can get into all that. It's like, you know, well, I'm not saying you can't have conversations, but avoid arguments. Avoid, it's like I tell my ribs, like, listen, calm down, relax, and we're going to talk like humans. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get excited because you're excited. I tell them that. I'm not getting excited because you're excited. Relax. Well, no. You're not going to drag me into these emotions. I'm going to avoid foolish emotions and all those things. Because you're going to get me emotional and I'm going to get loud and I'm going to want to body slam somebody. Nah, I'm just kidding. But seriously, it's like, you got to control that. We already got enough of that around us. And you're like, dang, this is madness. You got to learn how to avoid it, stay away from it, don't entertain it. What you got for contention? What you got?
Are they struggling together in opposition?
You see that? It says struggling together in opposition. Go ahead.
Debate.
What?
Debate.
It says what?
Debate.
Debate. Like it says avoid that. Unless it's something agreed on and you guys say, hey, we're going to get together, we're going to talk about this subject. That's one thing. But just getting on other brothers' YouTubes, on other people's YouTubes, you know what I mean? What's the point? You know there's a lot of people out there lying, a lot of BS, a lot of garbage. Stay away from it.
Okay.
Right.
Strife, struggle.
A little louder.
Strife, struggle.
Right. Strife and struggle. Go ahead.
A violent effort to obtain something.
Right. So finish that. Finish that. You see, it's a violent effort. I want to argue with you because I want to win. This ain't about winning with me. The Bible already won. So I don't got nothing to prove to anybody. The Bible is already what it is. If you don't get it, then you will. And if I don't get it, then I will. Right? That's really the gist of it. Right? So what's the point to go over what you think you know and what I think you think you need to know? There's no point in that. Right? Go ahead.
For they are unprofitable and vain.
It says they are what?
Unprofitable and vain.
Yeah, because where does it get you? It gets you to hating that person, disliking this person that you don't even know. You don't even know them, and you're like, yeah, I hate that person. I don't like them. Right? Why? Because they don't know what they're doing or they ain't teaching right. The scriptures say just avoid them. Right? The Most High is going to deal with them. One more. Ecclesiastes 28:9. One more, and it's 9 o'clock. Go ahead. Ecclesiastes 28:9. No, read 8. Read 8.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 28 and verse 8.
Ecclesiastes 28:8. Go ahead.
Abstain from strife.
Read it again.
Abstain from strife.
You see that? Listen to everybody though. That's why, like I said, I tell my ribs, like, you can relax. When you breathe, then you can talk to me. You go ahead and breathe. All right? Then I'm going to come back, and then we can get into it. Then when they relax, it's like, now you ready. You see that spirit of strife? That gets you old. That gets you gray hairs. That gets you bag under your eyes. That gets you ulcers. That's what it does. I can show you in the scriptures, man. Fighting and arguing and debating, bro, that gets you angry. Your head start hurting. You know what I mean? Especially me. When I get emotional, I feel like I got a ball in my stomach. And I be getting drained. But I know why, because the scripture says abstain from these things. Those ain't good for you. Say something to this nigga you don't want to say. You're like, I'm going to come over there, wait till I catch you on the street. Right, you getting all emotional and you're saying things and in your household you are saying things. Why? Because you don't see the spirit of strife doing what? It's bubbling, and instead of you being wise and spitting on the fire and calming it down, you're doing what? You're throwing wood into the fire. And now it's just burning you both the hell up. So somebody got to be wise. If you're learning from us, we're going to teach you how to avoid strifes, arguing, fighting. Go ahead.
For a furious man will kindle strife.
You see that? But where does strife come from? It got somebody that got spirits on them, man. A furious cat always want to argue with you. Always want to battle something. This ain't no damn battle rap.
This ain't no battle.
This ain't no battle. You know, so you got to understand, brother or sister, whoever's asking this question, that, you know, everything's not a battle. Leave them alone on their own channel and let them teach whatever they teaching. And then you go on and you do you. Go ahead.
A sinful man disquieteth friends.
See, a sinful man disquieteth friends. Go ahead.
And maketh debate among them that be at peace.
There you go. It's like everything is an argument, everything is a fight, everything is like you got to huff and puff and get your feelings hurt. It's not personal. It's not personal. The Most High said the deceiver and the deceived are his. So let them go do what they do. Right? The blind lead the blind, they all going to fall in a ditch. So don't even worry about that. Whoa. Proverbs 18 and 6. Proverbs 18 and 6. I got to add that to right here. 26.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 6.
Proverbs 18 and 6.
Good.
Y'all got it?
Good.
Go ahead.
A fool's lips enter into contention.
Damn. Read it again.
A fool's lip enter into contention.
Like, you can't just be starting arguments for no reason. Like, what would Jesus do? Right? He would do what the scriptures say. Avoid foolish and vain babbling. And things that gender strife. A fool's lip. You got brothers like that all the time that want to argue about everything. It's like, you got women like that that want to argue about it. I'm like, this is not up for debate. This was, just do it. You know what I mean? Just get it done. Right? Everything's not a debate. Oh, read it again.
A fool's lips enter into contention.
Uh-huh.
And his mouth calleth for strokes.
And his mouth calleth for strokes. Oh, wow. Why? Because eventually he wants to what? He wants to throw hands with you. Why? Because you done said something. He's motivated by wrath. He's motivated by, like, let this nigga jump off, please. I'm going to pop him in his stomach. Give him one. Here, pop, take that. You know what I mean? Or jumping you. That's go to the hood. That's what it be about. It be like, huh? Oh, you want to say something? I ain't going to say nothing. I'm going to go to the car, light this nigga up. Pop, 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 pop. You're done. That's it. Why? Because they deal with wrath. They deal with striving. They deal with contention. And they got that spirit of death on them. Don't let that spirit fill you, man. The scriptures say the peacemakers shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, the meek shall inherit the earth, but the peacemakers. Yeah, bless all the peacemakers. You're supposed to be, man, let them do what he's doing.
For the meek.
Yeah. Like I said, everything's not street speaking, man. There's a lot more in the Bible. So hopefully that helps you out, brother. It's 9 o'clock, 9:06. That's the end of class. I know y'all got a lot of questions. Y'all know the deal. We're gonna be here in the morning at 10 o'clock. So if y'all want to get the reading, y'all got more questions, we can finish them up tomorrow. It looks like it's gonna rain out here anyway, so we have the rest of class to go over questions if that's what y'all want. So other than that, we thank you, brothers and sisters, for constantly with the positivity, and a lot of y'all not on there, you know, with any madness. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate brothers and sisters that have been giving. For the ones that adhere when we opened up. We appreciate whatever you've given and give to the camp. And with that, everybody say shalom.
Shalom.
We'll see y'all in the morning.
Oh.
Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie.
Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ. In Hebrew, it's Yahweh Shai. So do or die. Your immaculate conception is deception.